Duck soup. Sorry, couldn't help that one. Anyway, let's take a look today at the movie Duck Soup. It has been called one of the greatest comedies of all time, and it's also been called the best Marx Brothers movie of all time. And I have to agree with them, because up until this point, I don't think there has been a movie that was funnier than this one that has been released when, you know, Duck Soup was released in the 30s. And I don't think that there will be a movie that is better than this one in the comedy genre that will be released until, you know, the mid-60s or something like that, because I cannot, from the top of my head, come up with a movie that is better than this one from the 40s or the 50s. I might, you know, forgetting some, you know, super classic that I haven't seen or anything like that. But anyway, let's take a look today at one of the great comedies of all time that actually still holds up, and the last movie with all four brothers. This is Duck Soup. The fictional country of Fredonia is in dire strait. They are in deep financial needs. They have essentially not 2 cents to rub together. They don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Their only means of income seems to be a very rich widow. That doesn't seem like a very stable, you know, monetary income for your country, Fredonia. And also the widow seems to be unwilling to stamp out the cash. Essentially, she wants to become a form of dictator maker, and decides that she will only pay the money if Rufus T. Firefly is elected as the new president of Fredonia. Rufus T. Firefly is of course played by Groucho Marx. That seems like a great leader for anything, I would guess. By the way, I just realized that they kind of recycled the plot from this movie to the movie A Day at the Races, a movie I've also done a review from, but that's a story for another time. So this empty-headed shyster has now taken over the governing of this nation. Their next-door neighbor, Sylvania, who is evil, by the way, has plans for Fredonia. They want to invade and conquer this nation, and they send in their 2 best spies to infiltrate the government. The 2 best spies are, by the way, Chico and Harpo, which of course sounds like the most competent spies you've ever heard of. And of course, their spying and infiltrating attempt will ultimately fail, and Groucho Marx will also be very, very annoyed and offended by the attaché from Sylvania, and sort of walks into this trap, and now Fredonia is threatened by war. What will happen? So, Duck Soup is essentially 80 minutes of complete anarchy and complete insanity, and everything that I love about the Marx Brothers is here. Fantastic slapsticks, great one-liners from Groucho Marx, who has now found his ultimate form as this ultimate insult and one-liner machine. And we have fantastic visual gags and slapstick and misunderstandings and everything. Even having the decency of having a bunch of really great musical numbers also. And this movie is just so fucking entertaining, because everything works in this movie. The Marx Brothers have now officially found the roles that they were born to play, and it is so much entertainment to be had from it. And I will say that, you know, the war sequences they have are so insane and so bonkers and have so much creativity to itself that you just think to yourself, how much more insane can this get? And they will say, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. So this is a very, very funny movie. They're even able to have political and economical jokes that still holds up, despite this movie being older than both Mitch McConnell and Joe Biden. How the fuck is that even possible? This movie has a couple of, you know, sequences that goes on a little bit too long, and sometimes doesn't quite work out the way they wanted to. But a surprising amount of jokes in this one really, really works. If you have never seen a Marx Brothers movie, this is a fantastic movie. If you've seen this and you've seen Night at the Opera, you've seen the 2 best, and you don't really need to see any other movie. You could argue that A Night at the Opera has the better overarching story, and maybe is a little bit better than this one, but this one is funnier, I think, because this is the pure distillated insanity of what the Marx Brothers could do with a budget. The complete chaos, the complete entertainment and complete anarchy that this movie represents is absolutely delightful, and I'm howling with laughter every time I see it. It is one of these movies that still holds up. It is a fantastic comedy, and if you have never seen it, I do recommend you to see it, because this one is really good. While good, the musical numbers in Duck Soup still remains as one of the weaker points of the movie, and some parts of the movie does not work, but the most part absolutely works, and the pace is amazing for a movie that is 90 years old. 90 years old, it is freaking amazing. I give Duck Soup 80 points. There are some aspects that doesn't work as well, but as I said, for the most part, this is a comedy classic that absolutely 100% holds up. So I'll see you next time for, well, so-and-so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.